Hey guys, this is Anthony Romrell, and in this video we're going to talk about sprite animation. So I'm going to push play in Unity. Here we go. And you can see that this particular character has an idle, he has a jump, and he has a walk/run, right? So we're going to start putting that together. What we're also going to do is we're going to make it so that items, when we trigger into it, animate. So for example, if we trigger into this, it can animate, right? Or we can just do it without a trigger. Okay, so what we want to do is I'm going to break down this particular character and then we'll build another one. So I'm going to go over here to this character mover, which is a prefab, and I'm going to double click it, and you can see that I have on here a couple different things. So I've got my character art with a sprite renderer and also an animator on it with this player anims controller. So one thing we're going to start by doing is we're going to go to our animation window, and we're going to bring up, there's an animation window, and this tab we're going to pull all the way down to the bottom. Let's grab that tab one more time. Pull this all the way down to the bottom so we've got a little timeline to deal with. And then we're also going to bring up, we're going to go to animation and animator, and we're going to put that next to our game. That way we can edit our state machine at the same time. We can edit our animation, our state machine, and our character. And then when we push play, our game view is going to override and pop up. Okay. So to get this going, we have our character art, and we need a couple components. We need an animator component, and we need a little state machine. So let's get started by, we're just going to build a new one. I am going to find this one, this is my added character little thing. We're going to come over here to our scenes. So I'm going to close down the Pixel Adventure, and I've got prefabs, I've got animation basics, I've got animations in there. So you can see I've got a double jump, a fall, I've got an idle, a hit, a jump, a run, a wall jump. You know, I'm not going to use every single one of those, but we'll get started on some basics of these particular characters. Then I have my layers. So I have my little matching game right here, and I've got colliders and triggers. Got my level design, and I'm going to work with this particular character. So I have my player character. I'm just going to name this player 2 for now. I'm going to turn this into a prefab. Okay. So I've got my little prefabs folder here, or my prefabs folder here. It doesn't matter where you put it. You just decide where you want it. I'm going to call this player 2 and just drag this into my prefabs folder. And it's important that we work in prefabs because we're going to do some editing here. So I'm going to double click this player 2, and I'm going to go to open, and it's going to open up my prefab for me. And on my art file, I am going to add some components. So to get this thing really going, I'm going to go to this little anims folder, and you can make your own folders. It doesn't matter exactly where, just as long as you know where it is. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this player 2 anims. And I'm just calling it player 2 because I already have another character. So player 2 anims. I didn't quite finish typing there. Let's try that one more time. Player 2 anims. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create what's called an animator controller, right? So I'm going to scroll on down here. Oh, there it is. Scroll to the top. An animator controller, and I'm going to call this one player 2 controller. You can call it character controller. I'm not gonna, player 2 controller. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is take this player 2 controller and drag it to this art right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to add an animator to it and associate it with that player 2 controller. Okay, and you can see this player to controller has nothing in the state machine. It has an any state, an entry, and exit. Okay, so I'm going to start creating some animations for it. Let's first start by just making an idle state. So in this animation window, with this player open, with the art selected, I'm going to hit this create button, and it's going to pop up and say, let's create a new animation. So I'm going to call this one idle. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call this one C2 idle, meaning character 2 idle. And it's going to be my player 2 anims. We'll hit save. And I'm just going to drag this. Well, I don't need to drag this idle because it is defaulted in my animation state machine. And what we want to animate is this little character here. So on my art, I can see that I have a sprite. So here it has a little spot. It has a little fall sprite. It also has an idle animation. I'm just going to open up this little window, and you can see I have all these little idles. I'm going to select the first one, scroll all the way down, shift select. It's going to select all of the frames. And it's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to grab this and drag this to this animation property, which is working on the idle. And you can see it's added this to every frame. We're going to space this out just to give it a little bit more of an animation feel, like a 2D animation feel. And you can see it's animating the sprite property, and this is going to play, but if we push play, it's going to play too fast. So we want to slow this down by half. So this has a total of, looks like 10 frames. So we're going to drag this over to frame 20, right? Let's just drag this to frame 20, maybe 21, just to give us a little space. This one will go on the 2s. So this will go to 18. This one will go to 16. You can see we're going to put 1 frame spaced in between them. And 10. And if we need to retime it, a little bit of respacing it, but I think this should work. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So we've got 1 frame space in between all of these. And if we push play one more time, you can see we got a pretty decent little idle. Great. Now let's do this to the jump. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to force it to create a little animation for us, right? So we're going to just close these down, and there's the jump one, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to click on this button and say create a new clip. Great. Let's call this C2 jump. You could just call it jump. That's fine, right? You'll only have one. So C2 jump for me, that's going to be great. And under this jump, let's find it right here. It just has 1 sprite. You know what? That'll be fine. 1 sprite it is. Perfect. So it'll transition to the jump when I tell it to, right? Okay. Now we're just going to build out. So we've got idle, we've got jump. Let's do, let's see what we've got between walking. So we've got a run, and I think that's it. Great. So we're just going to grab this run. So select the first one, scroll all the way down, shift select the last one, and drag it. Oh, we can't drag it over to the jump. We've got to create one more clip. So new clip. We'll call this C2 run. Okay. C2 run. Hit save. And then we're going to reselect these again. So the first one, shift select the last one, just drag them on over. Then we're going to want to space these again, right? So it looks like we have a total of 10 frames. So we'll drag this over to 22. I think I did last time. Maybe it was 20. 20. Great. And then this will be on 18, 16, 14. You get the idea. We're putting this on, in an animation term, we call it on the 2s, which means every other frame. Okay. And we won't quite have enough room, so we've got to go. Oh, I see. I overspaced it. Okay. So I put them on the 3s. So we're just going to go on the 2s instead. Maybe it's too fast, but so this is going to be like up to you. Like you decide if this pacing's too high or too low. I've done this on the last one where I overspaced it. So let's see, 21, 18. You know what? I like it. This is not enough space. So we're going to go just one more frame here. I'm going to do it. I guess I'm doing it on the 3s. Probably did it on the 3s the last one too. That's okay. This will be great. So it's really playing every 3rd frame. And we're just doing, I was picking even numbers before. So 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, then 10, then 8, then there's probably a faster way to do this, you guys. It's okay. 4, okay, perfect. So these are on the 3s. That means it plays every 3rd frame, right? So push play. There's our run. I think it looks great. Looks like a little pixel character. Otherwise, it'd be too fast, right? Now, if you like it a little faster, that's okay too. Okay, now we're going to go back to this other example that I've already built so that we can see how our state machine has been put together, because I've already taken the time to figure all that out, right? So we're going to go close down this Pixel Adventure Art, and we're going to go to this anim state machine. Okay, and we're just going to open up planar anims here. So you can see here from the other character that we have this little state machine here, and we have these parameters that we can hook up. So what we're going to do is, in the next video, we're going to build out a state machine for this particular character and build out parameters for it so we can get this to animate with our controls. So we'll see you in the next video.